Hey, we're live. Have you ever found yourself struggling to push through work after lunch only to feel exhausted when it's time to pick up the kids or head to a play date? Although I don't have any children, I know the feeling because I've been there too, where the 2 p.m. slump hits hard, and the last thing I want to do is to work past my hard stop moment because I do have a hard stop for the end of my day. I don't want to miss out on quality time that I set aside every day to spend with my husband. And because I'm too drained, right? I don't want that to happen, but that's often what has happened in the past for me. Imagine finishing your workday still full of energy, ready to engage fully with your kids, enjoy that quality conversation or night out with your significant other, or simply to have that peaceful, restful time without the stress of feeling exhausted. Hi, I'm 𝗲𝗲𝗍𝗍𝗿, self-care strategist for female entrepreneurs, and I help women like you transform daily stress and constant overwhelm into clarity and calm while creating that space for personal fulfillment. The afternoon energy dip is something many of us face even when we're working at our best. This slump typically occurs due to a combination of factors like, for example, your natural circadian rhythm, which creates a dip in alertness during the early afternoon, typically between 1 and 3 p.m., which is often referred to as the afternoon slump. It's a natural part of our body's internal clock. It signals a period of potential sleepiness during the middle of the day. Now, according to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, which did a training for nurses on shift work and long work hours, they found that the underlying processes of why humans tend to feel sleepy and take a nap in the middle of the afternoon is that at this time, our circadian rhythms that promote wakefulness dip and sleep drive builds up enough so that pressure to sleep dominates. Now, the article also notes that in the evening, the circadian rhythms for wakefulness dominate over the buildup of sleep drive that has occurred during the long period of being awake. This boost in wakefulness can make it difficult to fall asleep. So we've got like one side that's like we're falling asleep in the afternoon, and on the other side, sometimes it's just so hard to fall asleep or even to stay asleep. So when you add in those heavy lunches or spending too much time sitting at your desk, it's no wonder your energy starts to fade. But the key here isn't to just push through, right? It's about understanding how to work with your body's natural rhythms to keep your energy levels steady. When that slump hits, it's really tempting to grab for another cup of coffee or reach for that easy to access sugary snack, hoping that that extra jolt of Java or that sugary boost is going to get you through the rest of your day. While these might give you that quick boost, because in the moment they do, they actually set you up for a bigger crash later on. So when we rely on those short-term fixes, like the extra coffee run or grabbing that sugary snack out of the vending machine, this can create a cycle of peaks and dips in our energy, making it really hard to stay focused and productive throughout the day. Instead of these quick fixes, there's much better, more sustainable ways to maintain your energy and focus. So if you're a high achiever, which I can definitely relate to, that's me, I know myself, and if you know yourself as well, you understand that your time is your most valuable asset. You're already aware that optimizing your time and energy isn't just about squeezing more tasks into your day. It's really about working smarter so that you can focus on what truly matters, both in your business and in your personal life. So what I'm going to share with you today are strategies designed to help you get more done in less time while still having the energy left over for yourself, for your self-care, time for yourself to like unwind, and for your loved ones. So let's talk about time blocking for energy efficiency, because I know there's a lot of people that have responded to my post this week about using the Pomodoro effect, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But I know that there's a lot of people who responded to that saying that they love that because it really does lend to like being more efficient with your time, right? So we know as high achievers that time is our most valuable asset, right? I've already said that. But if you want to achieve more without working longer hours, time blocking can really be a game changer. However, I don't just look at it as blocks of us just blocking off chunks of time, because although that works for a lot of people, some people can like really block off those larger chunks of time. I really truly believe that in order to effectively use the time blocking method, that we have to pay attention to our energy. So when we align our tasks with our natural energy peaks, so when you do that, the times of day where you have large projects that need your dialed in attention, and you know that the time of day that you are most energetic is in the morning, then that would be the ultimate time for you to time block those larger tasks, right? What you are in essence wanting to do is unlock your highest productivity levels during your most focused times, whether your energy spikes in the early morning or later in the afternoon, because I do know some people who are not morning people. They can't work in the morning. They become more energetic in the afternoon. So if that's you, that's what you're going to, you want to really like pay attention to where your energy levels are high. It's really beneficial for you to use these peak times for your deep, high priority work, the tasks that move your business forward. So during lower energy periods, you want to shift to less demanding activities, right? Like responding to emails, organizing your workspace, checking out your text messages. Maybe you have text messages to respond to, or WhatsApp if you use other apps like Telegram. The quality of your work when you do focus on your energy peak time, paying attention to that and knowing when you have the most energy, but it's going to allow you to free up more time for your family, for hobbies that you might have, things that you love to do, your personal self-care, without sacrificing your business goals, because this is really important. We want to make sure that we're doing this. So getting back to time is our most valuable asset. Every minute counts, and we know that. So instead of waiting for a long stretch of time to become available so that you can tackle major projects, and also knowing, I want to introduce this to you again because I have talked about this in the past, but knowing if you're a sprinter or a marathoner, which is briefly, a sprinter is someone who can work in short, intense bursts of time and then needs to take those breaks more frequently, whereas someone who's a marathoner can work for longer periods of time and take less breaks. Although they still need to take breaks, they can take less frequent breaks because they have that capacity. And so knowing what your energy, again, it comes back to knowing your energy, because time and energy go hand in hand. If you are able to manage your energy and your time effectively, you're going to get more done and you're going to complete more things, and you're going to have less overwhelm, less stress around it because you understand yourself. So again, getting back to that, if you can, when you are, instead of waiting for those longer periods of time and you understand what type of person you are, if you're a sprinter or a marathoner, what you can do then, for example, I am a sprinter. I know that I've come to understand my energy levels. So what I've learned to do is breaking my tasks into 15-minute task sessions. It's something that actually I've worked with previous clients, is breaking up their time, the things that they're working on, into smaller blocks of time, allowing them to not always be on, and again, their energy, because that's just, they've understood that if it goes longer than that, it gets them, they feel overwhelmed, they get stressed, they become less focused on it. And so when they're able to have those strategic 15-minute tasks blocked into their calendar, it will help, especially if you're a sprinter. This is going to really help you. As I was saying in time blocking, it's not always a workable model when you're someone who knows your energy and knows that large, in other words, you understand that you're a sprinter like myself, and you know that large blocks of time are not going to help you because you understand that you can't work in like longer blocks of time. You need to have those short bursts. So maybe that 30-minute working, like the Pomodoro effect, right? Working for 25 minutes, taking a break, working another 25 minutes, taking a break. You repeat this cycle, and the fourth time you take a longer break. And I believe that that is a really good working model, because that allows you to allow your brain and your body, like getting up, moving around, changing the attitude, coming back more refreshed and being able to focus, and you're not still filling your brain with information. So as I would say, it's not always a workable model if you're doing the larger top time blocking, because it won't serve you. And so if you take it down a little bit more, and instead of the large blocks of time, you strategically break your task into smaller chunks, that could really easily benefit you. And in so doing, you want to ask yourself this question, like, what can I accomplish in the next 15 minutes that will bring me closer to my goals? Like, you might have a goal, a task that's like an hour long. So maybe you do break it into 15-minute tasks, and in every 15 minutes, you take a 5-minute break, just allowing yourself, okay, I've done this part of it, 5-minute break. Do some breathing, deep breathing, get away from your desk. Don't go onto social media. That's not what the break is for. It's not for you to check your phone messages or anything like that, or your emails. It's about taking an actual break. And then you come back and you repeat the cycle until all 15-minute slots have been filled, and then you take a longer break. This mindset shift shifts your focus towards those quick wins that build momentum and reduces overwhelm. And also it will reduce that negative self-talk, because we all have that inner critic. It doesn't matter who you are or how successful you are, or, we all have that inner critic. And it's really important that we acknowledge that, so that we don't allow ourselves to go down that road of overcomplicating things that leads to overwhelm, frustration, wasting of our precious time, and loss of momentum. Right? Because we do have that inner critic. It's being able to recognize that we do have that inner voice, and how to be able to become more aware of it and solution focused to combating those negative thoughts and reframing them to support you. By consistently completing your smaller, impactful tasks, you'll end each workday with a sense of accomplishment, right? That peace of mind, oh, I'm not finishing my day thinking what did I do today? Because you're looking at your day, it was all scattered and crazy. But instead, because you had that structure, you really use your time and energy well, you feel oh, this is great. I actually got things accomplished. So it's no more feeling like the to-do list is looming over you. That's not looming over your head. Just clear forward progress that creates more space for relaxation, time for yourself, and time with your family. So now let's talk about the concept of the 80-20 rule for productivity. As a busy entrepreneur, it's really super easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks that you face daily. That's just the norm, especially if you're a high achiever. Like I said, I'm raising my hand. But here's a secret. And it's really not a secret, but 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts, which I'm sure, again, is probably not something that you haven't already heard before. But when you identify the top 20% of tasks that really drive your business forward, you can eliminate time-sucking, time wasters, the time sucks, right? Time wasters on the low impact activities that really maybe don't matter right now, or can be done later, like during those lower level peak times that I was talking about. And yes, we know that time is valuable. And so being intentional on what we do daily should be at the top of our list, so that it allows us to stay laser focused on what truly matters. Again, so you feel more in control of your time, and more in control of your energy, and you're in control of your productivity. Yes, it's not about I'm not saying about the control piece where you're manic. I'm talking about actually using your time and your energy effectively to really become more productive, and the better use of your time, and you get more things done, and you're not at the end of the day feeling like, what did I do? But instead you're complete. You feel like I had a good day. Again, it really is important to remember that if your time is important to you, that you also understand that your energy management should be equally important, so that you are intentional on what you focus on daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you have, your goals. When you apply this principle of the 80-20 rule along with time and energy management as key pillars in your day-to-day, this mindset is going to give you more time to focus on your personal life, whether it's spending time with your loved ones, whether it's enjoying a self-care routine, whether it's pursuing creative passions, right? So now the last thing I want to talk about is doing an energy audit for sustainable success, right? Because I feel like an energy audit is really important. So I want to ask you, how often do you take stock of what truly energizes you throughout your day? And how often do you actually slow down enough to take a breath and ask yourself how you're doing, to ask yourself how you're feeling? I know that can be really super hard, but especially when you're in the busyness of things. But if you're not doing this already, here's what I suggest that you do. Perform your personal energy audits daily. Whether it's first thing in the morning when you are working, and then take a break and take a pause to actually do a check-in with yourself to see like where you're at, like how you're feeling, how you're doing, how you're feeling, so that you're making sure that you are taking care of you and you're not pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's going to allow you to identify, again, how you feel, what you need. It helps you to be more intentional in what tasks are on your to-do list, right? Because sometimes we put a lot of stuff on there that doesn't even matter, or we put stuff on there that doesn't matter to get done today. And we're not looking at like, what do I need to do that's really going to drive my business forward today? Even if it's only one thing, what is that thing, right? You become more intentional on that. And also being intentional on your environment, like your workspace. Is it set up for success? Are you comfortable? Do you have comfortable chair that you're sitting in? Is your desk comfortable? Is where your computer or your laptop is situated? Is it in a place where you're not going to put a crick in your neck, or your back or your shoulders are not going to get uncomfortable because you're not properly set up. So you want to make sure that your work environment also supports you. It's going to help with your energy as well. So are you comfortable, right? That's the really important thing. And also it helps you to become self-aware of your energy draining activities when you become really super aware of these energy audits, because you're becoming more intentional of asking the questions of, what do I need? How do I feel? Will this serve my greater good? And you'll become more intentional to do the things that leave you feeling recharged and ready to take on the world. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but time and energy management are key. They are essential to supporting your day. By tracking your patterns, also paying attention to what you fill your calendar with, what you say yes to that goes on your calendar that may be an energy drainer. And if you have one of those, becoming intentional on putting something on your calendar to balance that out with something that recharges your batteries, so that you can make smarter choices about where to invest your time and energy and use your time more efficiently. I know that you're high achieving. I understand that. I know that you're busy. I know that there's a lot on your plate and things to get done. You might have a team that you manage. You might have groups or things that you manage that are time, they take a lot of your time. But it's really like becoming intentional about when you're doing things, how you're doing things, especially especially when it comes to your energy and how you're doing it as well. Are you really the one that needs to be doing this task? Can you outsource it to somebody else? Sometimes we think that we have to do everything ourselves because we're maybe that person who likes to control, and we're worried that if we give something away to someone else, that they won't do it the same way as we will, and they might not be good enough. It might not be exactly what we want. The positive thing would be about that is it's good that it's not going to be necessarily exactly how you would do it, because maybe that person that you outsource it to does it better, comes up with some strategies and ideas that actually might make whatever that task is much better and bigger and better than what you had even imagined. So allowing yourself, it allows you to get that support. Again, that's asking for help, gets that support, and you're not doing it all alone, and you're not like draining your time and your energy, so that you can, have room for a life outside of work. We're not born to just work. we're born to actually have a life, to enjoy life, to spend time with people, to have quality time with our loved ones, to give back to our communities, to have communities that support us, that we're a part of. That's what life is about, is in the enjoyment, not just in your business, but also in your personal life. So as an example, that could be on your calendar, because I always want to give that. You might discover that you have meetings on your calendar or things on your calendar that are depleting your focus and can be shifted to either a different time of day, or maybe that you don't even have to be involved. Like, you might not even have to be at that meeting. It's just something that's on your calendar. You don't have to be there. You can trust the people that are there, and that takes some, willpower, but trusting the people that are there, they're going to get it done, and they can report back to you so that your time can be focused on where it needs to be. And again, the personal energy audit can also help you restructure your day, improve your time management, ensure that you have sustainable energy levels for your business, as well as energy left over for when you go to your son's or your daughter's recital, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. or maybe in the middle of the day. And you're fully present instead of being so tired or exhausted that you find yourself trying really hard, desperately trying not to fall asleep while you're watching, right? Because it means the world, and you don't want your children to see that mommy is tired and that, oh, she doesn't have time for me, because that's giving them a message. They don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes, right? They're only seeing what's being presented to them. So these strategies aren't just about getting more done, right? They're about reclaiming your time and your energy so that you can thrive not only in your business, but your personal life as well. And as you understand that maximizing your time and your energy is important, with these simple yet powerful techniques, you're going to be able to achieve your goals more efficiently, have the time and energy to do what you love, while still having the freedom to enjoy your personal life without feeling drained. And as I discussed today, managing your energy and time effectively is really key to a thriving lifestyle, both in your personal life and in your professional life. They go hand in hand. If you've been feeling drained, overwhelmed, or like your energy is running out faster than you can replenish it, then I want to invite you to take the next step towards reclaiming your time and your well-being. So I'm offering a complimentary stress reset audit where we'll work together to identify the key areas where your energy is being drained and pinpoint strategies that will help you optimize your time and focus. And we'll identify your personal energy leaks so we can pinpoint where your time and energy are being drained, allowing you to stay focused and productive in your work so that you can complete high priority tasks without feeling overwhelmed or stretched thin, and in your personal life so that you have the energy and presence to fully engage in family activities, enjoying those meaningful moments and pursuing your passions outside of work. And then I'll create a customized energy management plan, both video and written, to help you stay productive throughout your day, ensuring you have the stamina to accomplish your goals, still feel refreshed and energized, and most importantly, I'll help you make room for what truly matters, whether that's spending more time with your family, growing your business with more focus and intention, time, the energy, understanding that, simply just having the energy to enjoy life beyond your to-do list. So if you're ready to take control of your time and your energy, and want to stop feeling exhausted at the end of every day, you want to get the answers, just send me the word, DM me, message me with the word reset, or email me. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that my email, I'll include that in the comments, to email me the word reset, and we can schedule your stress reset audit. And for those of you here on LinkedIn who are watching, just send me a message with the word reset, and I can send you the link for more information, and we can get started as well. So I want to thank you again today for watching, and remember, you deserve to feel energized. You deserve to feel focused and ready to achieve your goals without sacrificing your well-being. I'll see you next time.